Every Christmas, the shops of Britain prepare for the inevitable rush, but they aren't the only ones bracing themselves for a seasonal onslaught. The festive season is one of the busiest for A&E departments, with more than 80,000 injuries pushing the monthly average for accidents in the UK to its highest level. In fact, recently there have been reports that this could be the worst Christmas for some time for the NHS, with waiting times targets being increasingly difficult to meet.
Christmas is very busy for everyone. I mean, we're on the high street, lots of people coming together, lots of festivities, lots of people enjoying themselves, accidents happen. Plus it's midwinter, so you start getting slips, trips, falls, and obviously a greater access to coughs and colds. So yes, it's much more busy. The big ones are heart attacks, cardiac arrests, strokes, where time really is a major essence. At Christmas there's also the person who's had maybe a little bit too much to drink, who knocks their head, and those people can die from relatively simple things such as swallowing their tongue, for want of a better word, and very simple interventions can save their lives.
First aid knowledge can make a real difference in the early stages of some of these situations. Wornath Primary School in Oldham knows how vital first aid knowledge can be. They've been training their pupils for 5 years in first aid, and last year 3 of them used their skills to save lives.
Me and my sister were at my grandma's house and we were having ice lollies, and the ice lolly was like it had a really hard centre.
Then I'll start laughing and then I just bit the ice cream. I could just feel that I was choking.
She began to run around the room, and then I said I stopped her, and then I started patting her back 3 times, and I did the up thrust, and then eventually the ice lolly part came out.
The idea of teaching first aid in schools has support from the all-party parliamentary group for first aid, who'd like to see first aid being made more widely available for parents and children.
First aid can save lives, and St John Ambulance are being very proactive in supporting parliamentarians from the House of Commons and from the House of Lords. We want to raise the profile of first aid, but I want first aid to be part of the national conversation so that youngsters will learn first aid at school.
The group is supported by Boehringer Ingelheim, who've also helped deliver first aid teaching to 10,000 children in the Berkshire area.
Awareness of first aid in the UK is actually very low compared to other European countries. Some statistics put it at around only 1 in 10 people with any kind of first aid knowledge, compared to some European countries where that's up to 80%.
First aid training is an essential life skill. We believe it's really important that the pupils have those essential basic skills. Accidents and emergencies are a fact of life, and we know that when we train 270 Year 7 pupils in the summer, that would have made an immediate difference to the local community, and that was really important to us.
And these skills won't just make a difference at Christmas, but at any time.
It's almost essential to teach first aid at schools. It's a life skill. It's a skill that once you have as a young person, you tend to drive through the rest of your life. I think first aid knowledge does 2 brilliant things. One, it gives you the ability to do something, the permission to do something in an emergency, and normally very simple things are all you need to do to save lives. The emergency department is the end of a chain. The first aider is the beginning of the chain, and no matter how good the emergency department is, no good how good the ambulance service is, if the first 5 minutes or so nothing's happened, you're sort of chasing your tail a bit then.